today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Washington Commanders taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington. Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. 20, 10, 5. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice. Now Rodgers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatch.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down.
And not too much time has elapsed yet here in this one. Let's get you into the action here early in this first quarter. A run here for the rookie. It's Brian Robinson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Heineke.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run. Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Touchdown!
Antonio Gibson
From 13 yards out.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to...
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Now Rodgers.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's the situation upcoming. 2nd quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the second quarter. Robinson will try to pick it up. Oh, able to avoid him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 61 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense has marched the ball down the field nicely. In good position, can they finish the drive off? 1st and 10 in the red zone. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Robinson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And Washington has taken the lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP.
Let's see what this defense can do here. Ball at the 18-yard line in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defense.
On 2nd down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, since the leaping rules were changed back in 2017, we only average about one block kick per week league-wide. They pulled out all the stops there, got someone in there, delivered a big block.
I actually didn't think it was that high. I thought it was even less than that, but those guys executed perfection right there. Really brought excellent effort on that snap. Can't ask for anything more.
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Let's see if the defense is up to a tough task. Ball inside the red zone. Third down and 1.
On third down, Robinson.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
His second TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Commanders take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like...
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need.
From the shotgun, it's Heineke.
Well, sometimes when you try... This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need.
Quick slant complete to OBJ.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll run with Robinson.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about...
Taylor Heineke
Keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defense.
They'll go with Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. The fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a two-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know.
It's a two-score game in the fourth quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs a football.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Robinson. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be synced. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Washington,
their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.